Good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday, April the 13th, 2021. It is currently 11:22 a.m. Central Time, and I'm coming to you, well, not from Victory Baptist Church. No, I am in an upstairs bedroom in my house, which is located in Abilene, Texas. So this is kind of a special report. I have not been able to get to the church today. I may be able to get there later this afternoon, and if I do so, we'll do some live broadcast then. I've been reading lots of emails today, lots of comments on YouTube today. Some of those have been very interesting. So I hope you're having a great day, but I wanted to break into the middle of your day today. I wanted to break in and say, hey, there's an interesting report that's currently available right now on the Theology Central pod page. So if you go to theologycentral.net, go to the blog section, you're going to see this very interesting report in regards to evangelicals and church attendance. Now, we've been talking about a lot of things related to this subject, so I thought it was interesting that this report dropped today. I would like you to go take a look at it. You can read it. You can email me at newsif@yahoo.com, newsif@yahoo.com, to offer up your interpretation of the report. In this situation, since I'm at home and I don't have all of my podcasting equipment here, so I can't do a full live broadcast like I normally would. I just wanted to break in just to tell you about the report. I want you to go look at it, and then I would like to hear your interpretation before I offer mine. That could be, we'll make this interesting today. So you read the report and you email me your interpretation of it before you hear my interpretation. Now, some of you have been listening to me so long that you probably can already offer up my interpretation of the report, but I would like you to look at it. Let me just briefly, let me see if I can pull this up here. It's always risky here. So this was actually the report. I guess it actually dropped yesterday. 40% of evangelicals rarely or never go to church. 40% of evangelicals rarely or never go to church. That means we're fast approaching half of evangelicals rarely or never go to church. I think we're getting there. We're going to be there very soon. And I don't know what that, there's all kinds of things we could talk about. Here's just a little bit of the report. A new study found that some 40% of self-identifying evangelicals never, seldom, or just attend church once a year. In 2008, the number of evangelicals who said they never or seldom attended church was 16.1%. Okay, now that's crazy. If in 2008, it was 16.1%, and in 2021, it's 40%. That's something to consider. I just got a news report that Joe Biden is to announce that all troops will be out of Afghanistan by September the 11th. Okay, that's interesting. All right, so in 2008, the number of evangelicals who said they never or seldom attend church was 16.1%, according to a poll from Ryan Burge, a political science teacher at Eastern Illinois University. Those in 2008 who say they attend at least once a year was 13%, with a total of about 30% saying they never, seldom, or attend church once a year. All right. And then they've got some other interesting information here. Among self-identified evangelicals, nearly 50% said they attend church weekly or more, in comparison to 2008, where weekly or more attendance at church was 58%. All right. Now, there's a lot more there that you can look at. Clearly, the numbers are not great, and we could ask ourselves all kinds of questions. Why is that the case? I'm going to continue. I know I sound like a broken record. I'm going to continue to say this. I think a part of the decline, I know that I think there is a biblical prophecy aspect to this, that more and more are going to depart from the faith. That is biblical. And so that has to be a part of it. But if you don't think the political hijacking of evangelical American Christianity has drove people to leave the church, I'm sorry, you're living in denial. You are denying the reality in front of you. And again, every evangelical who has supported basically the political hijacking of the American Christian church, you have to someday sit down and consider how that has negatively impacted the church, how it has driven people away from Christianity, not being driven away because of theology, not being driven away because of what the Bible says, but being driven away because of the political hijacking of American Christianity. That is something that's going to have to be discussed, and I guarantee you history books are going to talk about that. No one may believe me now, but they're going to have to believe me in 10 years when everyone's like, hey, remember what happened and leading up to 2016 and between 2016 and 2021? Remember what happened? And at that point, though, it won't matter if I'm right because the damage has already been done, and I don't know how reversible the damage is. I think many in the church became bored basically with Christ, and they've replaced Christ with politic, and there's just really no way to deny that. But yeah, it's an interesting report. There's a lot of statistics there you can break down. We don't want to overstate the situation, but we don't want to understate the situation. So just look at it carefully, and then you can just, you can tell me what's happened in your church. How frequently do people attend? How many members do you have who don't attend on a regular and consistent basis? Has attendance gone down? Now, COVID has obviously greatly influenced everything. That's going to be another thing that's going to be talked about in the future, is what COVID did to the American church, the evangelical church, and how will many recover. I think there's lots of discussion of how many people will not come back, and that's a whole different topic as well. But there you have it, theologycentral.net, theologycentral.net. Go to the blog section. You'll see the article there about church attendance in evangelicals. If you look at the article underneath that, that's the one about marriage and divorce that we talked about in our Sermon on the Mount series. I want everyone to read that article. So even when I can't be behind the microphone, I'm going to try to post more and more at the theologycentral.net blog. So just be checking that. A lot of it's just going to be information and links to things that I think are interesting. So just keep checking that. And also at the theologycentral.net pod page, now there's a search function that allows you to search the entire site. So the blog articles, the podcast, everything. They really updated the search function. I think you'll find that helpful as well. That's theologycentral.net pod page. Just go to theologycentral.net. There it is. Look around, use it, share episodes from it, share the subscribe buttons from it. Whatever you need to do, just use it. That's all I ask. All right. So I'll stop right there. I will conclude with just reminding us that according to a new study, according to a new report, in fact, let me bring it back up. According to a new report, 40% of evangelicals barely or never go to church. Now, some people will argue that they're not Christian. I think that would be possibly foolish. Is that possibly true for some? Yes. I think there may be, we've been talking about this, a lot of people are not leaving the faith, they're leaving the church. We've been talking about young people leaving. Is that same trend now following with the older generation? What does that mean for the future of the church? I can't wait to read your interpretations. Email them to me at newsif@yahoo.com. Everyone have a wonderful, great day. Thanks for listening to this special report. Now back to your normal scheduled day that's already in progress. God bless.